With the ocean racing season approaching its climax, and with only 2 races left to determine the 2019 champions of the World Surfski League, everything is on the line as we head to Perth, Western Australia. Perth is home to the Shaw & Partners WA Race. The race week culminates with the Doctor, a 27-kilometer ocean crossing that is easily one of the most prestigious downwind races on the planet.
This year we came up with the WA Race Week concept where competitors can do the 5 events through the week, the 4 distance races and the sprint event, and gain points towards some pretty serious prize money. So in addition to the 50,000 on the Doctor, we offered another 35,000 prize money across the week. The sprint race had another 15 grand there. So the week involved $100,000 worth of prize money.
But it looks like Georgia Sinclair. She is out for an enormous start in the ice ski. This is the biggest win so far.
The spectacle that's been on this week with the shorter races, we've had the West Coast Downwinder, such a beautiful coastline, it's just amazing. We're here at 10 a.m. on a Friday morning dashing for some cash.
They're going to try to have the right horse to land on the right side. The Geordie Manager, away, for the left. Now go on, looks like he's running at the best, he's on the orange. Coming next time. Who's in there? Dawn Lewis. Noah Hubbard, the young 19-year-old. Noah Hubbard, he'll take the win race 1.
Last year I had a pretty good race, so I'm hoping to do something similar to that. There's so much talent here. It's hard to know what all the other girls will do, but I'll just try and race my own race and see what happens.
Get it on the road, get out the push, get out the push. He's in push, he's got it, Georgia Sinclair. Who's got it? Who's got the race to run? It's 3,500. Sinclair pushes, Red pushes, now Scotty Murphy, don't ride her off. Janet Smith, you're all there. Georgia Sinclair, Georgia Land.
This is probably my favourite race to come to. I love being over in Perth. I love these races. Ocean Paddler and Shaw & Partners have put on such great events. It's always great conditions. It's always really well set up. So I love being here and being a part of it.
It's going to be the true gangster attack. Look at the power of the young bloke. Look at the power of the young bloke. He wants the triple. It's got to the Jimmy. The legendary semi-fight. Yes, you win.
Shaw & Partners is a great corporation that's giving a great amount to the ocean racing community. So they put on this Shaw & Partners Race Week, which is a series of races promoting ocean surfski paddling in Western Australia. It's just great to see everyone get behind it and everyone get out there, have a paddle and really respect the different types of athletes that we do have here as well.
As a crossing, the race is both unique in the series and logistically daunting, as nearly 500 paddlecraft and athletes need to be packed and shipped to Rottnest Island for the race start.
It's been a fantastic week. We started off with a concept of making an event every single day for the 5 or 6 days. We called it the WA Race Week. We chimed it in with the Sunset Series. We did a great nippers clinic here. We've had a big charity dinner, and then obviously the grand finale is obviously the Shaw & Partners Perth Doctors.
It's my first Doctor attempt, I guess. It's been an awesome last week with the WA Race Week.
It's been nothing short of fantastic, I feel. I landed on Saturday morning straight into the West Coast Downwinder on Sunday, followed by the Tuesday and Thursday night race. I think what Dean from Ocean Paddler and Earl and Alan Zion from Shaw & Partners have organised has been fantastic. So many thanks, very appreciative.
Having a week of top quality competitors coming together and really giving it all It really is exciting as an athlete who have raced all over the world and raced all the races to have this extra bit of spice and the support from sponsors like Sean Partners that makes all the difference. I believe that this will be sort of setting a precedent for other races.
So starting at Rottnest Island, I headed over on the Rottnest Express from Fremantle and got over there about 10 o'clock. It's a beautiful place. It's sort of land there in Thompson's Bay and just see the 450 skis laid out throughout the bay, and just it's such a beautiful place, so close to Perth, and yeah, but I don't know, there's no better race in the world.
The race start was pretty quick. All the girls got off to a pretty quick start, but that's to be expected. Danielle and Jordan and Gemma all got off to a really quick start, and I just tried to keep in touch with them as much as I could.
You see 450 people on the start. It's absolutely crazy. It's mayhem. Starts, I mean, it was hundreds and hundreds of paddlers. It was incredibly controlled, and I had a great start. I think I sort of wasn't in front, but I was very in control. Start's always massive. It's a massive part of any race, and I just really wanted to make sure that I was in amongst it. But I knew after the WA race week that people were going to be pushing the start from the start. Joshy Fenn to my right, and up I think we had Sam Norton and Kenny really leading out and putting the pace on early. It's tough. I mean, you let these boys go, and they're not the easiest people in the world to let go. I mean, to sort of just go race your own race, it's quite difficult. You don't want to be out of touch with the start going into the downwind, but you also don't want to get to the downwind from the spent.
As any surfski race, a little bit crazy in the start. Everyone wants to be ahead, took the start relatively relaxed, and I think that's actually paid off because in 28 Ks, 10 metres in the start's probably not going to make a difference.
There was so much on the line. I mean, like throughout the week, I had a couple of wins. You win the West Coast Downwinder, you win the two midweek races, and you realise this morning that a lot of it might not matter if you don't come home with the big one, and the Doctor is the big one.
Definitely great conditions. I love racing in the wind. It makes it so much more exciting. And then I just tried to work the runs the best that I could. And then coming into that last marker, the runs were pretty much perfect, so you couldn't really ask for anything more.
My first time to Rottnest, but not my first time to WA. And in 2018, Georgia won the Doctor, so I knew that she knew where to go, number one, and that was in form all of this week for the Shore and Partners Race Week. So it was someone that I wanted to keep an eye on.
We have some great conditions on the Gold Coast. You get some great conditions all over the world, but I think for me this is my 4th race now, and each race just keeps getting better, and definitely the conditions here today were the best that I've had.
My tactic today was very simple. It's always very simple. Get in the front. And my idea is like, if they catch me, then they're hurting themselves.
I'd say this downwind's more like the classic South African downwinds we have, where it's a bit more size and a bit more technical. This course is very reminiscent to a stretch we have back home called the Miller's Run, which is very, very similar, with wind and swell all merging and having to like kind of find your line, find where the wedge of the run is in the right place, and just getting over.
I feel absolutely amazing. It's such an honour to be over here in WA, racing the best girls and the best conditions that you can get in ocean ski.
But what I found today, what was happening, is I was getting these like goosebumps, as they call it, just like adrenaline, like whoa, like I felt like a kid again. It was awesome. And when those were happening, I was actually going like whoa, relax, because I was relaxed and I was still staying with Gory, so I figured just do that.
A little bit over your right hand shoulder, but that also means that you have to think a little bit more, which is it's not just a straight downwind paddle. You have to really cut back, have a look at your watch and make sure that you are on the right line, and have a look at what the conditions are doing continually among racing your competitors. I definitely knew where Sean was.
Corey and I got out in front, but this year I think both of us were not going to be surprised that the others weren't far off. I was actually in front of him for a fair bit, but I was happy to be around him, because if he's there, then normally I'm doing the right thing.
I peeled off at about 15 kilometres and made sure that I was going to hit that marker dead on, and 6k to go. When you get to the Centaur marker, it was just unreal. I mean, everybody must have crossed that line with a smile on their face, because you have a look at those conditions, you're literally just sitting there and you're thinking, how am I racing when you're sitting in these runs?
The Perth Doctor really blew in today, and we had probably the best conditions we've probably ever had for this race.
Today, what made it perfect for me and extra special was I had this connection. I felt this connection to my boat where I almost wasn't thinking. My boat was just, it felt like half my boat was in the water at any one point in time. It was just complete control.
Oh, look at it, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, 20k we had to really be a bit conservative, head a bit to the right and make sure that you hit the cardinal marker right on. But I mean, look at the conditions you've got in WA. There's amazing paddlers, amazing athletes, and to come out on top was just, yeah, it's pretty humbling.
It's just being around a whole ocean ski community. It's great. There's great guys, great girls. There's a whole variety of age groups and abilities, and it's just cool that we can all come together and do a sport that we love.
Really, really exciting racing, so really fortunate that Shoreline Partners have come on board. It's definitely creating more interest in the sport, and I think it's going to continue to grow.
It was an incredible experience, one I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to do.
What a race this weekend. Perth certainly delivered some of the best conditions we have seen here at the Doctor. Hill claims a historic 3 in a row here in Perth and earns his 4th iconic white coat and trophy. While new force on the surf ski scene, Danielle McKenzie claims her first title here at the Doctor in dominant fashion. And here are the point standings with one race to go. Corey Hill sits at 560 points after another thrilling performance, with Sean Rice 30 points back in second place. However, with Sean Rice not competing in the final race of the series, it is all up to brother and current third place Kenny Rice to challenge Corey for the WSSL title. The women's title is all over at this stage. Haley Nixon has mathematically secured her WSSL victory with an outstanding 560 points in the books. With only 150 points available at each race, the chasing duo of Hatton and Clark simply cannot make up the distance on Nixon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in Sydney.
And 18 seconds put together, your hands together for this year's winner, Corey Hill.